Welcome back, sexy motherfuckers. Welcome to the hidden law to 50x your income. If you're new to this channel, we are talking about more so the unseen forces of success, because there's more unseen forces when it comes to your success than there's seen forces. The reason you see a plethora of blogs, websites, books, videos about success and money making in general, but very few rich or successful people is because of this, is because of the unseen forces. Most people do not know the unseen forces that come into play when it comes to your success in all aspects, really. So this channel is dedicated to online business, money making, personal development, but specifically metaphysics, esotericism, and basically the type of knowledge that was only previously available to the elites that I'm sharing to you today, guys, for you to leverage this type of insider information, insider knowledge, for you to see success in all aspects, but most importantly, for you to make as much money as possible in a fulfilled manner and aligned with your soul, for you to not to end up depressed, but most importantly, for you to become free. And from there on out, once you're free and you have your time, money, and location free, like I am and most of my students are, then you're able to work and invest fully onto your own self-actualization, becoming successful in all aspects. Hope it makes sense. So today on the menu, we have the hidden law to 10x to 50x your income. I'm going to give you all the mechanics of the law, and then I'm going to give you the name of the law at the end, because at the end of the day, we don't necessarily care about the name of the law. What's most important is for you to understand the entirety of the mechanics when it comes to money and the unseen forces when it comes to money. Cool? So let's get started. Please take notes, guys. Please take notes. If you're here just, to pass your time or just to have fun, this is not the channel for you. This is an educational channel, and I want you to see results. This free content, if I'm bothering myself, if I'm doing this free content, is purely for you to have results, and you cannot have results if you're just watching this passively and not co-creating with me as I'm giving you value here, as I'm talking about this. And the best thing you can do to co-create with me is to take some notes and to apply it obviously in your real life, because at the end of the day, we can give you the keys to the kingdom. It's your fucking job to put the key into the door and open the door, right? At the end of the day, we cannot do that for you. So let's get started. If you want some entertainment, I highly recommend you go watch some shorts about cats and dogs, because this is not it here. Now that we've removed all the brain rotted TikTok motherfuckers, we can actually get into the depth of this, and we have all the OGs following along. Cool. So first and foremost, it's important for you to understand this first concept, which is never taught in school. Money is energy. Please, please, please note it down. Even though you're like, yeah, of course, Hugo, I know money is energy. We've already talked about this. No, please note it down, because once you note something down, you're already creating a first degree of materialization. That's why it's so important for you to write ideas down before it materializes into a first degree of physical reality. The first degrees of materialization of a thought is you speaking it and you writing it. The second degree will be to start working on it, and the third degree would be the actual materialization. Cool? So it's important for you to note it down. Why do we say money is energy? Well, simply because everything in this universe is energy. Everything vibrates, okay? You will hear me talk about this all the time, but it's true. You need to understand that the foundation of this universe is vibration. And this goes down to metaphysics. For those of you who do not know what metaphysics is simply, I'm going to define it here, metaphysics, meta, and physics. Physics. Basically, meta means beyond. Okay, beyond. And physics is obviously the physical. Cool? So what does that mean? It basically means that metaphysics is the science of going beyond the physical. Basically what's unseen to the human eye. And metaphysicians are usually a movement. I'm saying usually because you always have people who kind of like derive or go into weird ways with the movement, but metaphysicians are the people who are looking to study the primal cause of creation, primal cause of the universe. And that's usually beyond the physical, because you yourself, you cannot see certain radio waves, you cannot see you cannot see atoms, you cannot see how all the atoms on your body are vibrating together or interacting together, because you have a limited physical limitations. You're born this way and it's completely normal. It's for you, God, the universe, evolution, nature, however you want to call it. Everything happens for a reason, okay? There's no coincidences, there are only synchronicities. Einstein, that I'm always citing in these videos, said coincidence is God's way of remaining anonymous. There is no coincidences, only synchronicities. Everything that you find in the macro can be seen in the micro, and everything that you can see in the micro can be found in the macro. If you want a deeper knowledge on the subject, I highly recommend you study fractals. Fractals, which is kind of like an infinite geometrical repeated pattern that you can find in the infinitely small and infinitely big. Why are we talking about this? Simply because you need to understand that all that you see here is only a mere fraction of the entirety of the electromagnetic spectrum, okay? You only see with your physical eyes 0.0035% of the entirety of all the waves that we have discovered till now. So it may be even less than that. What does that mean? It means that you only see a dot on an infinitely large wall, okay? You do not see actual reality. Now, why is this important? Well, because everything in this universe vibrates. Everything is energy in this universe, and money included. Once you start treating money as energy, you will start to see that you are the sole responsible for your income. Whether you have a business or even your job, the job that you have, okay? I'm usually speaking in this channel to aspiring entrepreneurs, people who are looking to start or scale their online business, but I also have a few 9-to-5ers that are listening to these types of videos. So once you start to understand that everything is energy, everything vibrates on the subatomic level, money included, you understand that money is a mere consequence of an interaction between two people, right? With the medium being trust, right? You exchange money in order to get a service or a product because you trust the other person is going to fulfill on that, right? Cool. So basically, the equation of money, let me remove this. The equation of money is quite simple. And by the way, this is going to be one of the only masterclasses that you'll need when it comes to understanding how you attract more money into your life. So, money, okay, is literally a consequence of two people exchanging a piece of paper or numbers, basically, via the medium called trust. Without trust, there is no money, which is why we say trust is the fastest mover of money, okay? So if, for instance, the business that you have right now is not making enough money, it's because either one, you're not known enough and you don't have enough eyeballs onto the product and service that you're selling, but also you lack trust because we live in an economy of trust, okay? So for instance, here, this guy, let's name him James. This is James. And then this is the person that is giving the product, and you've guessed it, guys, she's back, sexy Jessica, with her beautiful smile. There you go. So Jessica gives her product or service, right, for money, and James gives his money for the product and service. And this, the giving and receiving, is only able to happen because, you've guessed it, trust is happening, okay? So that's literally what money is. Now, what is a synonym for trust? Faith. And you'll see, we'll talk a bit about the Jews here in this masterclass, because Jewish people, by the way, if you guys are, offended or anything like that, this is not the channel for you. This is a purely educational channel going back into the esotericism of certain words, the etymology of certain words. So I'm going to talk about how and why Jews have a better understanding of money and a better understanding of abundance than most other ethnicities, okay? Faith, literally, in Hebrew, in ancient Hebrew, man of faith, okay? Man of faith, do you know what it means? What is man of faith in Hebrew? It's Ochmein. I don't know why I have a blank here. It's either omheen or omheen. Okay. Either way, you'll be able to check it out. But it means businessman. Do you see how powerful this is? Literally in Hebrew, ancient Hebrew, man of faith means businessman. So you see how if you want to make more money, obviously you need to be a businessman, because at the end of the day, even if you have a job right now and you think, no, I'm not a businessman, but it's sleazy and salesy. No, you are selling yourself. Stop seeing yourself as a mere slave or cog in a machine. You are selling yourself. You're selling a service to your employers, right? And to your employer. So you are a businessman or a businesswoman, whether you like it or not, because you're selling yourself. You're selling your skills, your time, your knowledge, and overall your craft. Cool. So we all are, whether we like it or not, businessmen and businesswomen, because we're constantly selling ourselves to the world. Cool. So if you want to make more money and to want to be a better businessman, well, that means that you need to be a better woman or man of faith. You need to increase your faith, right? So you need to increase your own faith, but you also need to increase the trust, because it's a synonym, the trust of the market, in your market, right? The trust that people have for you. Cool? Cool. Now, we're going to redo this little graph, giving and receiving. It's extremely important for you to understand that this is the same energy, giving and receiving. Okay? Don't worry. Jessica is coming back. I promised she would make a comeback. You guys asked for it, especially in the comments. I think Saad asked for it. So, giving and receiving. Okay? Giving and receiving. By the way, so money is energy simply because when you look at the paper bill, let's just do a little apartheid here. When you look at the paper bill, right? This is your dollar. This in of it itself is a scam, because at the end of the day, it's only paper, right? It's a dollar bill. It's only paper. It's not backed by gold anymore. For those of you who don't know, the dollar used to be backed by gold before Nixon came. Yeah. Used to be backed by gold. So it was backed by a tangible assets before. Let's say that's gold ingots, okay? That's gold ingots. It used to be backed by gold. So the dollar bill used to have real value. But because of everything that has happened in history, we're not going to get into too much detail because there's different views of history. You have the conspiracy view, you have the societally accepted view, etc., etc. There is things that have not been taught to most people, so we're not going to get into this, right? But either way, the point being is that they stopped backing the dollar with gold so they could create inflation, and well, they could inflate the dollar by printing an absurd amount of dollar to be able to control the economy. Cool. But that does mean what? That means that basically the dollar today is backed by nothing. What is it backed by? It is backed. So that was like, I don't remember exactly, it was in the 90s something. But now today, in 2025, well, since that day, it's backed by the faith that people have into it. If tomorrow everybody would realize that 97%, I hope I'm not going to get banned for saying the secrets of the banks here on YouTube, but 97% minimum of all money that is circulating. Can you guys see? Yeah, 97% of all the money that is circulating today is actually debt. It's not real. It's not real money. It's actually somebody who owns something to somebody, and there's somebody who owns something to somebody. That's 97% of the money that is currently circulating in the world right now is pure debt. There's only less than 3% that is purely physical, which is why they're pushing the digital central currencies, because they're like, okay, well, if there's only 3% of physical, well, we don't need to bother with that anymore, right? We want to simplify. There's a another hidden agenda behind this, but we're not going to get into too much detail here. Now, what does that mean? Well, it means that money is backed by faith. Before, money equaled a certain amount of gold. Today, money equals faith. Sorry, equals, not difference. Money equals faith. And what is faith? Faith is an emotion, a state of being, right? And what is an emotion? Emotion, that's an emotion, or state of being, if you will. But what is an emotion? It's energy in motion. It's energy in motion. An emotion is energy in motion. What does that tell you? An emotion needs to move. It's an energy that needs to move. That's why when you have stuck emotions, bad emotions in your body, over time it creates complications, physical complications. Okay? So emotions, whether good or bad, you cannot like hold on to them. You cannot make them stagnant in your body. And I know we wish we could have like happiness and we can like put it stuck in our body and always feel happy, but it's not how it works because of the definition of emotion, which is energy in motion. That's why you have ups and downs, because your energy is constantly in movement, because everything is vibrating, right? That's why we have seasons. Summer could be considered as happiness, winter could be considered as depression. When you breathe, inhale, exhale, right? Expansion, contraction, everything. So you need to understand that everything is energy, everything needs to move, everything is vibrating, right? So your money needs also to move. You cannot, I know like people think that they need to save up money and stuff like that. That's fine. If it gives you peace of mind, it's fine. But you will never get rich by saving. That's number one, because you're gonna get eaten by inflation. Number one. And number two, you need to realize what type of peace of mind, or what is the peace of mind level for your savings account. Meaning, is it 10K, 20K? And over that, do you see a difference in terms of peace of mind, right? So for some people, it's only 10K, 20K. For some people, it's 100K. Or for some people, it's like 6-month or 12-month survival or 3-year survival. Determine your threshold in savings, and then don't go overboard, because you're losing money and you're going against this hidden law that we're going to talk about today. Now, it's important for you guys. Most of you guys that are watching my my channels, you are on your come up. Now, the main thing that you want to do before even thinking of savings, because at the end of the day, you're not where you could have a lot of money saved up in a short amount of time, you want to increase your income. Okay, we're going to talk about how to increase your income. And this channel, really, if you take notes, if you apply everything that I'm telling you to do in this channel, you will have more income by the end of the year. Like, that's a guarantee. But again, you need to apply and knowledge that I'm giving you in these videos. Cool. So money is backed by faith. Faith is an emotion, which is basically energy emotion. What does that mean? That money is an energy emotion, so money is energy that needs to move. That's literally what it means. It means that money is an energy equals energy that needs to move. Super important. You see why already with this, most people are in the wrong. Because we've been conditioned to believe that money is scarce when they're printing trillions out of thin air. Because if you increase your energy, you'll naturally get more money. Money is actually abundant because energy is infinite and abundant. Cool. So in this universe. So you see how we've been programmed, and it's only like a bad programming from society, broke parents, teachers, loser friends, etc., telling you that money is scarce. Telling you that there's not enough to go around, telling you that, oh, you need to hold on to your money. And I'm going to tell you why holding on to your money as if it's the last piece of dollar is the worst thing you can do, literally. And I was the first one to do that. And that's why I was constantly broke, constantly stressed, constantly burnt out, constantly depressed about money, and always stressful about money. The moment you understand what I'm about to explain to you when it comes to giving and receiving is the moment you're going to feel liberated with money, and this is the moment when you're going to 50x your income, because it's going to come much more into your life. You know what I need? What I lack right now? Because I don't need anything. But what would be nice, you need to be very careful with the words you speak. We'd love to have like a lovely lady giving me some coffee or some tea here, because sometimes I'm thirsty, but I don't want to lose the momentum here. Because I have a little shelf here with books, and it would be perfect for a lovely lady to give me some coffee or tea. So if this video gets a lot of views and there's a lot of lovely ladies that wants to be my personal coffee assistant or tea assistant, please send your application down in the comments. Thank you. Now, when it comes to giving and receiving is the same energy in just different frequency. Okay? So giving, let's say you give money here, and then you receive money, goods, or whatever it is, right? Here it could be goods, or it can even be like energy, action, goods, okay? There's a thousand different things that you can give and receive, but you get the point. And of course, as I promised, Jessica is going to be here. Jessica, she actually should like apply for Victoria's Secret. She could have some good surprises. Look at her. Beautiful, no? And this is James. James with the same hairstyle as me. Super Saiyan James. So that's Super Saiyan James. Don't you nerdy anime motherfuckers come to see me and say, it's not like this, you write Super Saiyan. I don't give a fuck, okay? Like, this is how I write it. And then Victoria's Secret, Jessica. There we go. Boom. So we have Super Saiyan James and Victoria's Secret, Jessica. Now, giving and receiving. So whenever this interaction happens, you see how money is kind of like making a circle, right? Money is circulating, that's what we call. Money is circulating from one person to another, okay? Now, it's important for you to understand that if you want to, let's say you are Super Saiyan James, and you want to reap the benefit of the best emotions, best amount of dollars, and best amount of objects, or product and service that you receive, then you yourself need to give the equivalent quality of what you want to receive. Meaning, let's say for instance, you want to receive a high quality emotion, high quality money, high quality product and service, then you here need to upgrade the quality of the emotions, the money, or the object that you're giving. Now, what does it mean? I'm saying the quality, not the quantity. Because most of you are like, does that mean that if I want to make $1 million, I need to give $1 million? No. What you need to do, but for sure, if you want to make $1 million, you need to give the equivalent quality of energy. So for instance, you cannot make money or you cannot receive money without giving money. You cannot receive love without giving love. You cannot receive a badass product and service without giving some kind of badass product and service. Okay? Because at the end of the day, remember, we all are businesswomen and businessmen. So whether you like it or not, you're giving some kind of service and product for you to survive in this world. And for you to thrive in this world. Because here on this channel, we are past surviving. We are at the thriving level. Cool. So what does it mean to increase the quality of these elements? Well, every single time you're giving, so that's giving, and that's receiving. Because you are Super Saiyan James. Receiving. Every single time you're giving and receiving, it's the same energy. As you can see, it's the same energy, but in a different format. So, if we want to receive better energy, we need to give better energy. Okay? So that's what I mean by increasing the quality. Increasing the quality of your giving. So you understand why we're giving, right? Because basically money is energy and it needs to flow. Money is an energy that needs to flow. the best way you can flow it is by giving, okay? Giving monetary value. And everything has a monetary value. That's the thing. Because the value is subjective, right? You may not find, I don't know, let's say you may not find a Rolex very valuable because you don't give a fuck about watches, for instance, or luxury watches. But there's some people out there that find it extremely valuable because not only is a way for them to hold on to their money in different form, but also it's an investment vehicle, right? So you see, like, value is subjective. Either way, the point is, if you want to receive more in life, whether it's love, emotions, good emotions, money, better things in your life, or better feelings, because at the end of the day, why do we want money? We want money to buy certain things that will make us feel something, right? So actually, we want money to buy things that will make us feel something. So you see, if you want to receive more money, more things, more good feelings, you need to give more money, more things, better feelings. By increasing the quality of the energy that you're giving out to the world and to the universe and to Victoria's Secret Jessica. What does it mean? Whenever you're giving, the most important thing when it comes to giving is this question that I'm going to put here. The most important part when it comes to giving is what is your emotional state? Otherwise known as your vibration on this channel and your frequency. Because at the end of the day, if you give love to, or you give money to Jessica, let's say, for her products. Okay, let's do this example. You give money to Jessica for her product. Okay? If you give the money and you're like, here, fuck off, you know? Okay, here, the money, and you're feeling bad. What's gonna happen? Well, the energy that you're giving off, because at the end of the day, money is energy, the product and service is generated by energy, and the emotions are energy. So the energy that you're giving is bad. And by the law of reciprocity, which you cannot escape, by the law of resonance, by the law of karma, if it's another subsequent law, you're going to receive the same energy. What does it mean? Whenever you're sending money to pay for a service, you need to feel good about it. You do not want to feel bad about it. Because if you feel bad about it, what's going to happen? You're going to give this money, not only one. What does that mean? It means two things. It means one, you're putting money on the pedestal, because you find it so insanely important that you put on a pedestal, money on pedestal, that you do not want to part from it, and that's extremely repulsive for money, like women basically. Whenever you put them on a pedestal, you repel them. I'm gonna go into more in depth about that. And then number two is you put money on the pedestal, and then you're going to block the natural flow because of your bad emotional states. Block the flow. Because what happens? When you feel bad when you give money to Victoria's Secret Jessica, well, instead of the money naturally flowing, your emotional state kind of like creates barriers. You're like, it's hard to partake from your money. That creates barriers and you're blocking the flow. By the law of resonance and reciprocity, holy, what's happening here? By the law of reciprocity, what's happening then? You get the equivalent energy. So and that can be like, I'm not saying that you're not going to receive the product and service that Jessica is giving because she's an honest businesswoman. But you, by the law of equilibrium and by the law of reciprocity, by you giving out bad energy, your experience with this product is going to be bad. And it's not because of Jessica, it's because of you. because you were the causal effect of this loop and giving and receiving energy. You gave out bad energy by having a hard time leaving your money aside, and therefore by the law of reciprocity you receive the equivalent experience in your life. Okay, so what does it mean? Well, whenever it comes to giving and whenever it comes to receiving, you need to feel good. You need to feel good. Like, this is non-negotiable. So train yourself, whenever it comes to money, feel good about money. Because if you do not feel good about money, money is not going to feel good about you. I repeat, if you do not feel good about money, money is not going to feel good about you. It's the same thing with women, it's the same thing with people. It's the same type of, I don't know why my phone stopped recording. It's the same type of, yeah, because I used to do a camera, but then I was like, no, actually it's easier on the phone. So you see here, I'm producing, like I have like $2,000 camera, but I'm not using it because at the end of the day, it's also a mistake that I made. You do not need some fancy equipment to make content and to be helpful for people. So stop overcomplicating it. That's for the smart people and the high IQ of you guys, because high IQ and smart people, they tend to overthink and overcomplicate their marketing process, their funnels, their sales process, their production process, their content creation process. Stop, okay? But either way. So you need to feel good. It's the same thing with women and people in general. If you do not feel good about somebody, will they feel good about you? No, because at the end of the day, people reflect back to you your energy. Everything in this universe reflects back to you your energy, because this universe is a mirror of energy. So if you want to receive money and feel good about receiving money, you need to feel good giving money. Next time it comes to paying your bills and giving money to somebody to get to the next level, feel good. Feel good, because you know that if you feel good, you show what? You show to the universe. You show to the universe that you are in an abundant state of mind. Abundant state. And because the universe is a mirror, that's a mirror, okay? That's a mirror. It reflects back to you more abundance. If you feel good about money, it shows to the universe that you operate from a place of abundance. Therefore, the universe will reflect that back to you. The universe is simply a magnifier and a mirror, okay? It magnifies your feelings, it magnifies your states, and it magnifies whatever momentum you're going through. That's why the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. And it's easier for you if you're down a negative spiral to become more and more depressed, and it's easier for you when you're building momentum on your business to make more and more money. That's why, because the universe magnifies whatever you're feeling and whatever state you are in. But also, it mirrors back to you what you're giving it, okay? And Jessica here, behind her little sexy smile, she's just a mere hologram of the universe, okay? She's a mere hologram of the universe, meaning that you, Super Saiyan James, you need to feel good about giving, because you're then giving good vibes, good energy into the universe, and you're gonna receive more good vibes, okay? It's extremely important. Now, when it comes to money on a pedestal, we have been programmed with so many limiting beliefs when it comes to money. If you haven't been surrounded by wealth every single day of your entire life, you have limiting beliefs about money, okay? I had limiting beliefs about money because every single time we had to, we entered a room in our house when I was a child, we needed to really quickly remove the light because, light costs money. Running water costs money. That costs money. That costs money. You need to save up your money. You need to be very careful with your money. Stop spending your money. You see? So all of these limiting beliefs have been passed down for generation and generation and generation. And it's our job in this generation to be better for our kids as well. Cool. So now when it comes to this, I'm going to teach you how to become a Casanova, a money Casanova. So how to basically be extremely attractive for money. We've had enough of Jessica, right? Or do you want her again? You let me know. Well, you can't because this isn't a live. Maybe I'll do some lives someday. That would be fun, no? That would be fun to do some live whiteboard masterclasses on YouTube. That would be actually super fun. That's a great idea. Thank you guys. Cool. So, Money Casanova. Money Casanova. What does he mean? So, what happens when you put Jessica What happens when you put what happens when you put Jessica on a pedestal? Okay, that's you virgins here. You put her on a pedestal. You don't know how to deal with women, so you put her on a pedestal. For those of you who don't know, this is a pedestal. I'm gonna write it down because otherwise I'm gonna get bullied in the comments. What the fuck is this pedestal? Okay, pedestal. This is a pedestal. What happens when you, Super Saiyan James, you're here? You're here. Yeah, I think it's good enough. So you see here, there's not the same level. She sees down on you, and you look up at her. You're not on the same wavelength. You're not on the same vibration, right? She has like vibration A+. You're a loser plus, right? You have vibration loser plus. Because you're putting her on the pedestal, and it's only your doing. She's a normal human being, but it's your perception of her that puts her on a pedestal. It's you, literally, it is you that put her there, above you. Okay, you see? It's you who put her above you. And you're doing the same thing. You think I don't see you? You're doing the same thing with money. You're putting money above you. Money is simply an energy. Money loves you. Why do you think you see all these guys doing chanting affirmations? Oh, I'm so attractive to money. Money loves me and stuff like that. Because the principle is sound. It can work. But the problem is it's only about the vibrational state and the emotional state and the frequency state. That's why most people using affirmations, they don't believe in the affirmation because they have they lack so much confidence in themselves and in their ability to make things happen because they've been lying to themselves every single day. Most of you as well, we've all done that, right? We write a to-do list and then we don't fulfill that to-do list. That's like a way of us telling to the subconscious mind, I'm not a man/woman of my word. That's called lying to your subconscious mind. That's called lying to yourself, okay? How many times this year did you tell yourself that you were going to go to the gym to get your dream body and then you didn't do it? That's lying to yourself. That's why you don't have confidence in yourself. That's why you don't have self-confidence and self-trust. And that's why you think you're not deserving of the things that you're affirming every single day. That's why affirmations don't work for you, but they do for me. You see how it works? It's all about like the mindset, the subconscious mind. So, Money Casanova. What does Casanova do? Let's remove. That's like Super Saiyan James. Okay, that's what he does with the woman. And of course, you gals, Julie, Megan, you watching me on YouTube as well. That can also be applied. You can also revert that. Cool. What does Casanova do? Sorry. So Casanova, he has a little hat because he's sexy. And he has a biceps, and he's like this with a smirk. This is Casanova. Okay? Well, he knew he was extremely seductive to the ladies. But how did he build this seduction? Well, because he not only treated them as normal human beings, right? Not somebody who is above, but also because he inherently used the law of assumption. I know I'm attractive to this person and therefore creating a self-fulfilling prophecy. That's how he did. Okay? So that's Jessica, right? And she's like, ooh, Casanova, you know? Yeah. Cool. So you see, immediately there's the same vibe. If you didn't see the video that I made about how having more sex can make you more money, or how understanding the mechanics of sexual activity can make you rich, go check it out, because that's exactly this. It's basically having the same vibration, same frequency. You can only attract something that you're the equivalent domain of frequency of. The higher frequency you are, the more frequencies you can attract, good and bad. The lower frequency you are, the less frequency you can attract. I want you to see this graph like this, for instance. Let's say that's the graph of frequencies. If you are high frequency, if that's your high frequency, you can attract all these frequencies, you see, to the bottom. But if you're low frequency, you can only attract your frequency or bottom. Why am I saying this? Simply because Casanova may have had been higher frequency than all these lovely ladies, but he was able to still attract them because everybody wants to be associated with somebody high frequency, this glowing aura, this magnetism, this vibration. Everything in this life is vibration. Everything in this life is magnetism. People who have charisma or magnetism, it is their vibration that is exuding out of their body. Okay? So if you yourself, you feel like when you're in a social interaction or anything like that, you lack charisma, lack magnetism, is because your vibration is off. Your emotional state is off. There is things that I teach you in this channel to fix your vibration. Cool. So basically, here, let's remove, I know guys, sorry, Jessica is going to have to go. Rush. Let's remove Jessica, and instead, we're going to be the money Casanova, meaning we're not going to do like Super Saiyan James. We are not going to put money on a fucking pedestal, okay? So, money on a pedestal, that's no. We don't do this. Instead, money, we attract it by, let me draw a flower. By seducing it. Money is literally attracted to young energy. Don't worry, I'm gonna get into that. But this is a flower, by the way. Okay? We need to seduce money into our lives. How do we do that? Well, the flower equivalent is confidence, conviction. Holy shit. What happens to my writing right now? Conviction, confidence, conviction, certainty, assertiveness, mastery / expertise, right? Expertise. By the way, if you have some kind of knowledge in health, wealth, relationship, or a transformation in health, wealth, relationship, you're a coach, you're a consultant, you are a therapist of any kind, or you're a relationship expert, or you want to be, shoot me a DM on Instagram, because I help people start and scale their personal online coaching business by personal branding via Instagram and YouTube. And we use my 3-step process, which is completely different. Again, I'm not selling here myself, it's just for you to understand. We remove your limiting beliefs, so we work on the mental plane. We then give you the fast lane blueprint, which is not overcomplicating funnels, which you see online. Simple blueprint that helps you get fast results. And then we elevate everything with spiritual energy, elevating your frequency. 3-step process. So if you're interested in crossing $10,000 per month and making multiple 5 figures per month with your online coaching business, helping other people via a personal brand on Instagram and YouTube, shoot me a DM on Instagram at I am Hugo Christensen, or you can click in the link in the bio. I'm not sure I'm going to put the link in the bio, but you can send me a DM on Instagram. Cool. So you see how money, we want to seduce it with a flower. The flower, in this case, for money, is these emotional states. Okay? Because at the end of the day, remember that money is energy, right? and it's attracted to certain types of energy. Cool. So confidence, conviction, certainty, assertiveness, mastery, and expertise. But you see, I didn't write, that most of you have, I did not write neediness, insecurity, anger, fear, worry, anxiety. I did not write that. That's actually repelling. That's actually repelling for money. And most people are in that state of emotional state when it comes to money. Now you're going to tell me, yeah, well, Hugo, it's easy for you to say. You're already time, money, and location free. Like, how the fuck can I not be anxious about money? That's the thing. The moment you understand all of this that I'm speaking of metaphysically, you understand that you can only change, or you can only attract in your life what you are. So until you become more self-confident in yourself and develop faith, like the ancient Hebrew saying, man of faith, until you develop faith in the unseen and faith in your ability to make money and to make more money in the future or now, you will always be fearful, worried, anxious about money. So again, most people think that they need to wait until circumstances get better in their life for them to change their emotional state. No, you need to change your emotional state first. You are cause. You are the causal event which creates the consequences and the effects in your life. You are the causal event. Please write it down, print it in your brain. You are the causal event from your mind. So you need to change your mind, change your thinking pattern, change your paradigm, change your emotional state, right? Before you get more money into your life. Because if you are able to stop being anxious, stop being fearful, worried, angry, insecure, needy towards money when you're broke, it's going to be a piece of cake when you have money. Okay? You see how it is. You see how it goes. That's why I always say it's even better if you're able to start when you really don't want to start a product, a business or anything like that, because then it's easier when you have more motivation, more discipline, and when the sun is out and all that shit. Cool. So you see how we become a money Casanova is literally by us developing these types of traits, otherwise known as attractor fields. Money attractor fields. Some of them. There's even more in depth, but I'm not gonna get into that. What is confidence, conviction, certainty, assertiveness, mastery, and expertise part of as a type of energy? Ooh, hold on. My drawings today are mediocre. Okay, so no, and I actually messed it up. So either way, that's those emotional states are part of yang energy, right? Yin and yang. For those of you who don't know, yin and yang, it means masculine, feminine, and basically all the enlightened gurus in the world, for instance, Jesus was very much balanced. He had a lot of yang and a lot of yin. Most people who are out of balance in this life are the unhappiest. For instance, depending on who you are, of course, like a female, a woman has naturally more yang and is in balance with her yang, has more yin and is a balance with her yang, and a guy usually has more yang and is in a balance with his yin. If you go on too much of an extreme, if you're too much yang, you're too much order, you're too much work, and you don't enjoy life, you're not grateful for life, and therefore you end up being depressed and burned out. If you're too much yin, you don't get anything done because you're too chaotic. Typical example of the very feminine woman is that she is ups and downs, right? She's very butterfly-y and has a lot of crazy ideas, and she's enjoying her life, and she's a bit ADHD-like, but the bad side of this is that she can also not be very productive and actually drag people around her down of the fact that she's always constantly distracting folks, basically. Now, why am I saying this? Because this is very And yin and yang is attracted to each other. That's why usually a very feminine woman, a very yin woman, is attracted to a very young man, a very masculine man. So these qualities are in of it itself very, very much yang, very much masculine energy. Yeah, so the black part of the yin and yang logo, yin and yang icon, sorry, graph, figure. Confidence, conviction, certainty, assertiveness, mastery, expertise. I'm repeating also to every single time reprogram your subconscious mind. What does it mean? Well, if money is attracted to young energy, what does it mean? It means that money is actually yin energy. Money is actually yin energy. That is attracted to its complementary yang, confidence, conviction, certainty, assertiveness, mastery, and expertise. And why is it so important for you to understand this? Because the more quote unquote masculine or yang trait you'll have, the more money you'll make. Now, it's important for you to be in balance, okay? Because at the end of the day, if you're too much yang, you're not going to be creative, you're not going to be inspired, and you're not going to be grateful for what you have already. And it's important as well for you to understand just this as a metaphysical perspective, because women who, that's why you see, for instance, businesswomen who are very much confident, convinced, certainty, because certain, assertive and stuff like that, they develop these traits in the business world to be able to be competitive. But what does it mean? It means that they create more young energy into their lives, and that's why you see more and more women that are businesswomen that after a few years or a few decades of work that have been extremely focused on their business, they found out that actually it's not what they want, because they went in contradiction to their yin energy, their yin nature. The softbox is making me fucking hot. It's a sauna in here. Okay, cool. So either way, that's it. So the money, the yin and yang, right? So that's why you see a lot of businesswomen, they become more and more masculine, more and more young. Now you have the answer of why boss girls are more masculine than traditional women, for instance, traditional wives. That's why. And that it's not a reason to say, oh, one is better than the other. No, it's just a decision, a path decision. Just make sure that you're balancing your yin. If you're a woman right now and you're heavily into your business, you're developing these traits and these money attractor fields, and therefore developing your yang side. Make sure that when you're off the business, make sure you're indulged into very heavy yin activities to counterbalance that, for you not to burn out and go into depression and feel like you basically wasted your life, basically. Okay, cool. So that's how you become a money Casanova. Now I'm gonna finish off with the hidden secrets of this hidden law. Double hidden. So you've guessed it, the name of this law it's the law of circulation. You need to circulate money for you to make more money. And I know for you brokies out there and those people who have had a lot of limiting beliefs like me, it's hard to believe this. Nice, I forgot to put on airplane mode and somebody tried to call me. It's important for us to circulate money to make more money. And I know it's hard because when you're holding on to money, because you want your savings and you don't want to spend. And the worst thing is if you have to spend, you feel bad about yourself. Then you're blocking the energetical circulation, the energy that it needs to be in movement and in flow for it to come back to you. Every single time you pay something and you feel bad about yourself, you're blocking this energy to come back to you. And every single time somebody gives you something and you're like, oh no, you shouldn't have to, you shouldn't have done that, you're also blocking the reception. So stop blocking the giving, stop blocking the receiving. Now, there is a way, because I'm sure most of you right now have fucked up this part of the equation your whole entire life. Now, there is two ways you can actually start to, because with your new understanding, there's two ways you can actually solve this issue. The first way is investing in yourself. And the second way is a secret, Jewish secret. A lot of secrets, right? Hidden Jewish secret. So how do we fix this? Because right now it seems that we're cursed with money, right? It seems that you, right, watching this, maybe you're cursed with money. Maybe like you're every single month or every single year, the bank account looks the same. The bank account, it looks the same. Either none or equal, right? Always the same. That's because you're not applying this law of circulation. So, how do we fix that? And how do we fix the fact that our entire life, we were very much operating from a place of scarcity when it comes to money? We're going to do two things. Number one, two solutions. So that's solutions. Invest in yourself. I'm going to explain to you exactly why. Why it's so powerful. Because most people, they don't understand how much power this holds. Invest in yourself. That's the entire, like, those two solutions are yourself. I went to the gym this morning and I'm super fucking sore. I took 2 days off and that's why I'm sore. Otherwise, I would never be sore, right? Because if you're going to the gym every single day, you don't have time to be sore. Or your body is like in hyperactive mode. Either way, we're not going to talk about gym here. The goal is for you to make money. So, invest in yourself. So, why is this so important? You can invest in yourself with books, equipment, like I'm having right now, equipment to make more money. Equipment. Stocks, investments, something out, but I wouldn't recommend that to you right now, outside your control. Either way, outside investments, right? Usually that's recommended, outside investments, where you don't have control. If you're into real estate, for instance, of course, like buy more property because you have control over it, because that's your job. But if, for instance, let's say you are doing real estate and you want to invest into some passive stock, I would recommend doing that after a certain while, when you have too much excess cash and you don't know what to do with it, and you really can't really reinvest that into your knowledge or your business. Outside investments. But the true hack, and I know for some of you, you're immediately going to have like alarm, he's trying to make us buy some stuff. No, like you do what you want. At the end of the day, I don't give a fuck. Like this is for you to take or for you to leave. But what truly changed my entire life is this: investing in coaches and mentors. And why is that so powerful? Well, not only one, because obviously if you want to have the results of an athlete or champion, you need to treat your success and your progress like an athlete and champion. That means all the athletes that you see winning competitions, they have tutors, they have coaches, they have mentors, they have an entire team responsible for their success, right? So start treating your success like athletes and champions, meaning start, building your own success team with your coaches and mentors. That's number one. So treat yourself like a champion. Okay? That's number one. Number two, do you know what's one of the biggest pandemic in 2025 is, or in the 21st century is? It's overload of information, overload of noise. Most things that you see online are bullshit. That's why I started off this video is telling you that why is there a plethora of success blogs, success websites, success videos, money-making blogs, how to get rich and stuff like that, books, videos, and blogs, but very few rich people, or less rich people, less successful people than there is those blogs. There's a plethora, there's millions of blogs of how to make money and be rich and successful, but there is much less successful people and rich people. Why? Well, simply because everybody is focusing on the noise. You're too distracted with an overload of information. And once you know how to invest in a real coach, in a real mentor, what happens? You get access to the signal instead of the noise. That allows you to not waste fucking years of trying things out on your own and being deceived and deceived and deceived. So your time collapsing your success. Number 2. Number 3, energetically, what does it mean? Tell me. If you've taken notes and you followed along, you know. Well, energetically, what it means, it basically means, drum roll, that you're showing to the universe that you're absolutely abundant and that you do not put the money on the pedestal, and you know unconsciously that it's going to come back to you. Because if you're investing thousands of dollars into coaches and mentors, because any good coach or mentor, you're never going to be able to have access to a mentor, a good coach or a good mentor for less than if you have $1,000. If you're able to invest thousands of dollars into coaches and mentors, not only one, do you tell the universe that unconsciously, that's the message that you send. Tell the universe money is coming back. Is coming back. And number 2, so 3 bis basically, that's even more in depth, is by the law of divine oneness. We are all the same, simply different frequencies. We are all the same, simply different frequencies. I am you, you are me, okay? We're just different frequencies. That's why karma works. That's why sometimes instant karma works. It's basically because if I wrong you, because you and I are the same, simply different frequency, you are me and I am you, then if I wrong you, I wrong myself. That's why instant karma. Because if I wrong you, I wrong myself. So what does it mean? It means that if you're investing in a coach and a mentor, you're investing in yourself. You're investing in another you. You're investing in somebody who is the same energy, so issued from the same divine oneness, the same energy, just a different frequency. So for instance, you're investing in a coach or a mentor, you're actually investing into yourself. Okay? You're actually directly investing in yourself. So why is this extremely powerful? Why like this thing was the number one thing responsible for my success, and why is it extremely powerful? Because we know that money needs to circulate, okay? That's a fact. Money needs to circulate because money is energy. Money is backed by faith. Faith is an emotion state of being. Emotion is energy in motion. So money is an energy in motion. It needs to move. It needs to circulate. So this is literally a hack. You are circulating money by investing in coaches and mentors, but because coaches and mentors are just a mere you in another frequency, you're investing in yourself. You're circulating money by investing in yourself. Do you understand how powerful this is? That's why this is so powerful. You're circulating money and you're investing it to other people. That's why it's so powerful. And that links to one of the Jewish secrets, which is the best thing, and we'll write it here in number 2. One of the Jewish secret is anonymously help somebody become financially stable and financially sustainable. So investing in their business or giving them money for them to invest in their business and them becoming financially sustainable. Why is this a Jewish secret? Because energetically, metaphysically, esoterically, this is what it means. Do you invest, let's say you're a Jewish investor, you invest anonymously, so there's no ego involved, no bad emotions involved, just like for the sake of giving, for the joy of giving to somebody, and you're actually investing in the financial development of another you. You and I are the same. We're all the same at different frequencies, okay? You invest in somebody and helping somebody become more financially stable. Basically, you're circulating money for you to become more financially stable. This is one of the wealth Jewish secrets, is investing anonymously for somebody to develop their business and become financially sustainable. And it's the same thing here at a different degree. You invest in a coach and a mentor for you to acquire knowledge, skills, accountability, etc. But you are actually circulating money to invest in yourself. That's secret, like literally, that's secret number one that I would recommend you do. Secret number one. Please note it down. Now, of course, some of you are in the 9-to-5 and you don't necessarily have a lot of savings and stuff like that. If you don't have a lot of savings and you're constantly kind of like struggling over and over again, please, while you're trying to save up some money, because at the end of the day, most people don't most people don't save up money because they don't have something to save up to. They don't know what to save up to. If you know now that you need to save up money to be able to invest in a coach and a mentor, while you're saving up your hard-earned money, make a list of the coaches and mentors that are aligned with your beliefs, aligned with what you want to do in life, and do your due diligence, do your research, testimonials, what social proof do they have, etc., etc., etc. And then, once it's done, invest in them. I cannot tell you, I've invested over 257K we are in February 2025, and I don't think it's a lot, but I've invested over 257K into myself. And my goal is to invest millions. I'm not kidding you guys. Like some of you may think that I'm wise and stuff like that, or you know, you like my content, but I'm nowhere near where I want to be. So I've only invested this, and my plan is to invest millions and millions. We're talking about like 3 to 5 millions into myself, into mentors, coaches, masterminds, access, introductions, etc. Cool. So that's secret number one. Okay. Secret number two, or solution number two, and that is the Jewish secrets. Hopefully, you guys are not going to be. I'm not going to give you all the Jewish secrets. I don't want Jewish people to be mad at me. But let's face it, Jewish people. If we really follow the Talmud and the Torah, what is written inside, we want the world to be prosperous and abundant, right? We want to repair the world. So at the end of the day, me sharing these secrets should only benefit the world, is only beneficial for the world. And therefore, you cannot blame me for helping other people become more financially stable and financially sustainable. Yeah, because most of you guys don't know, but I have like the Bible, the Talmud, the Torah, and the Quran. And I've kind of like studied the divine sacred texts. Cool. Because there is esotericism, metaphysical understanding and knowledge behind this. You have two types of knowledge. You have esotericism and exotericism. Either way, we don't care. Exotericism, I need to explain. Exotericism is basically the knowledge that they give the masses to appease the masses. We don't have time to explain to you everything. And then the esotericism is the real knowledge, what it really means behind certain lines. Cool. So solution number two. Charity. Now I know what you're going to say. Like, oh, but I don't have enough money to invest in charity. Only rich people can invest in charity. Wrong! Super Saiyan James. Wrong. You think that rich people can invest in charity because they are rich. You do not understand that they got rich because they invested in charity. It's the other way around. Remember, you can only receive the quality of energy that you're giving. I'm going to write it down for you to fucking note it down. Note it down. You can only receive, doing squats here, can only receive the quality of equivalent energy. You can only receive the quality of equivalent energy that you are giving out. The universe is a mirror. So they got rich because they gave to charity. Okay? And giving to charity doesn't mean like giving millions. Okay? I've started giving at my level. Okay? I'm going to give you 3 examples that are absolutely going to blow your mind. Now, I'm not going to get into too much specific into the Jewish secret because I just want you to understand this simple concept of charity. Rich people didn't they don't invest in charity because they're rich. They got rich because they invested in charity. Because they gave. Remember, you first give. You first give to then receive. Okay? So, give whatever it is at your level. That's why on nearly all sacred texts, Talmud Torah, 100%, and I think in the Bible as well. I think they're talking about like the teething 10% of your income. Okay? Why do they tell you this? Because basically, if you give 10% of your income, you're not putting yourself at harm's risk, right? In a harmful situation, but still you're activating the law of circulation, the law of divine wealth circulation. Because by you giving, you will receive. And when you give, make sure you give from an emotional state of peace, serenity, enjoyment. Because remember, the quality of the energy that you receive depends on the quality of the energy that you give. So there's different types of charity. There's different type of levels, Jewish secrets of level of giving and donations and charity. I'm just going to tell you the biggest impact in terms of wealth circulation activation that you can have is when you give to a charity that changes or helps changing the root cause, not just fixing the symptoms. Meaning, you do not want, for instance, to, ideally, you do what you want, but ideally you don't want to give to a charity that just like fix symptoms. You want something that is changing the system, like a systemic change. For instance, it could be education, building schools. That's why do you think that all these rich people or influencers that you see blow up, they build schools? Because they understand this level of charity. They're not just like helping homeless people get a meal. No, that's not what they're doing. They're changing the game on a systemic level, because that in of it itself activates so much more of the law of wealth circulation. So they build schools. So invest in education. You can invest in what I've done, for instance. Well, I'm not going to tell you what I've done because it's something that should be personal. But you can invest in education. You can invest in agriculture. You can invest in livestock. Basically, help people be more either financially literate with education, what I'm doing now, basically, or help them become financially sustainable. Okay? I'm going to finish off this video with 3 stories that is going to summarize the power of circulation. One of my students, one of my clients, we were implementing a specific acquisition strategy for his online business. And while we were doing that, we could have had results before, we could have had results after. But the moment we started to get results is because he did one specific thing. What he did is that somebody around him needed $100. So he gave the $100. He gave 100. He gave it. And he felt good. The guy was like, "Oh, you're sure? You know, it's a lot of money, $100 and stuff like that." He was like, "Yeah, no problem. It's normal, man. Don't worry." He gave it. He was like, "No, it's fine. Take it. My pleasure." He was happy. 3 days later, he received two clients at 2.5K. So he received 5K. That's a 50x. The hidden law that 50x's your income. He gave $100, he received 5K. That's example number one. Example number one. Example number two. One of my mentors, we had a private mastermind meeting with some of his students, some of his clients. And one of my mentors, so this mentor, said, my life completely changed when I started investing 5K per month for charity. When he did that, next month, I'm not kidding you, next month or 2 months after, I'm not really sure. I think it was next month or the month after. 250K he made with his business in a month. Okay? He gave 5K per month for charity, and he said himself, that's the game changer that helped everything, because he activated the law of circulation. And last but not least, another mentor of mine that is really like top notch when it comes to esotericism and metaphysics. Same thing. He said, the moment my life completely changed is when I invested in charity. Now, it's not just about investing for investing. You need a specific type of investment. Invest at your pace, or donate charity at your pace if that's something you want to do. Again, you can either do that or invest in mentors and coaches. That's secret number two. That's secret number two. You don't need to do that immediately, but just to understand that people got rich because they invested in charity, because they activated the law of circulation. Now you know why all these rich people are investing in charity. Of course, it's a non-taxable event and all that stuff and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. But metaphysically, esoterically, that's the type of knowledge that they know that you don't. Now you know how to activate the law of circulation. Let me know in the comments if you liked it. Let me know in the comments your notes. What was the biggest aha moments? What was the biggest important points that you remember from this masterclass or from this video? Put it down in the comments for the people to kind of like have a summary. And I'll see you in the next one. Let me know if you liked it. Love you guys. Sending you strength. Sending you love. Peace.